It's Holy Saint Night here, and this video I won't be doing any play. I'll just give some analysis of the classes. Now, I'm thinking, should I do an analysis about Lord, or if you see here, let's go create a new. Now, here's the thing. I can. Hold on. I can't do this for. Not available, okay. So I can go with the standard Diablo 2 without the expansion. Now, which is better? I'll tell you what. The classic Diablo 2 without the Lord of Destruction expansion is it's more stable, I call it like this. You got the unique items and you got 1 tier higher items, not 2 tiers. Also you got 4 acts, you don't have rune words, the rare items are the good ones. So you can also craft items by using Charcy imbued to make it rare. So here is the thing, it's more stable, it's not, you don't get to find super crazy stuff. Now, I advise players to play, who's that? I can't make the Druid. It would be cool if we could have him, but no, we can't. I advise players to play Diablo 2 Classic. It's a far cooler experience than a Diablo expansion is. But I played expansion because, like I said, I'm just playing for fun. So here's the thing. So let's go back. You don't get all this crazy stuff. Also, let's let me go with the lobby. Yes, okay. Let's go with to the lobby. Let me make a game. Whatever. Normal. Oh, let's go Nightmare. So I get to show you guys. Also, I find something, picking up items with the controller is much easier because it's kinda auto-pick if you are above the item. So you get the idea, you get to pick easier the items from bosses. That's because you just press blindly and it picks the items. Now you don't always get to pick what you want, but you get to pick them. But that's kinda stupid because you don't want to play with strangers. You wanna play with, I mean, because they don't cooperate well. They just steal the items, others making the kills and they steal the items. So here is what I got. Let me show you first about the Necromancer class. I made the first reset, just put enough strength and some dexterity to use my items. The rest, some energy. It's stupid not to put at all. I even thinking putting 100 energy, but it's okay with 50. And the rest I'm focusing on vitality. My resistances in Nightmare, as you see, they are decent. That's why I'm using Nightmare. And here, okay, you get minus 100. That's crazy. You need to find the gear stuff first. Now let's see the inventory. What I'm using. This strangles. This is. You need to pick the magic items here. You can get some cool items out of it. For example, this plus 21 to all resistances. The Crepify Summon Resist. It would be cool if it gives Summon Resist and Skeleton Mastery. That would be cool, but sadly it's not. And plus 2 iron golem, which I don't care. Saurus boots and belt, they give a lot. Though not much useful for me. This ring, which is for lightning resist, this is for fire resist and magic find. This is 2 defensive auras, a paladin shield, just a random drop. And these are heavy bracers, these are melee thing, but they give a lot of resistances. I'm just using some life and fire resistance charms, nothing special. Now the skills, like I said, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, in general 1 on everything, and golems is 1, with the plus they get higher level. Now I put 11 here. This is my this skill. It's this increases the damage of the summons, as you see, and life plus 50%. It gets higher because I'm gonna, with the items I get more to the skill, more levels. This is for resist, 50% is very good. It gives more life, more damage, and this is different to this, I think. So it gets plus 100% damage, they do double damage. And 15 minions, 11 base. I could have less than 10, but more than 10 isn't that bad. I had to invest on this. So I get summon a lot of minions who do different sources of damage. You don't need to have something on 20. Now with the plus skills they increase this all 1 on everything, and this I increased just 6. That's all I need, 6. And this increases, it removes one. If when I have a conviction paladin, then I already remove 1 resist. With a conviction we remove both. Like I said, this is a team game. It's impossible to do everything on your own. Now what I did with the reset, I didn't put anything on poison. I found that I don't really need it. So I just put only on magic damage, because the different source of damage is from my minions. So the magic here, I even invested on some teeth, even this. 11, 12 here, 12 here. I guess I'm gonna put some points more here, but for that 1 here, 10 here, and 10 here. This gives bonus to rest damage, poison, and bone, and they're great for crowd control. Now, this is what you need to make runs. In this class, on other classes you have to specialize on even more. I mean, you can't just have points on every skill. It depends on the class. Classes are made different. This game is it is a very good game back in the day. I regret though buying it because it's a money grab. And from respect to Blizzard North who made it, I just don't I feel bad about buying the game, but you know, when everyone tells you just buy the game, well, I bought it. Okay, so this is with the Necro, and as you saw in me making the runs, I utilize every available skill. It's very useful. It's not what's that? Oh, that's now, because I don't use bone wall mats, let me put confuse on this. Bone prison, I use bone wall mats. I don't want to, because guys, confusion and attract are all useful. I mean, you can't have monsters, the mobs be all close to each other to cast attract confusion is also pays off. It's like I said, utilizing everything. This is with the Necro class. Okay, let's save and exit. Let me pick another class I have made already. Okay, let's pick this is my sorcerers. Whatever name, whatever password, we're a nightmare. Now, on the sorcerers, guys, it's different. It's not about putting points on every skill, but you do put points on many skills. Now, let me give you a quick, fast piece of advice. You definitely want 1 point here, because with the bonus from items it gets much higher. So, the Meteor gets damage fireball, fireball is from Meteor, and this gets from... alright. Warmth, Inferno, no. Warmth. Fireball. Okay.
Good day.
So here is the thing with the fire. On sorcerers, you definitely wanna use 1 point here on teleport and one on energy shield. Even more than one, we'll see. On cold spells, you do wanna use all the armor, 1 on every breeze. It gets duration. You don't care about the first length is useful, but you don't really care much about it. Now, and on fire spells, in general, you wanna use 2 different sources of one source of damage, but and that is usually the cold. But because, like I said, it's a team game, you can use 2. So let's see what we got. Frost for ground control, guys. It's obvious. Now this gets benefits from a lot. And what's that now for the crowd control? This Nova, you can max these 2, and this. Now why is that? Well, no, that's a newbie. Sorry, I take it back. So you're gonna go for definitely. It's usually you can use all combinations. Now what I used to do back in the day, I went for Thunderstorm doesn't get any bonuses. Yeah, I used to go for lighting Thunderstorm. 1 point in Mastery gets higher, 1 in Teleport, and 1 in Energy Shield gets higher. Just to have this cool big damage without investing many points. And 1 static shield, of course. Then I would go for, because as I said, it's a team game, I would go for fire. And my damage dealing would be the Hydra. Why is that? Because as you see, this is down from maxing this, and this is too much of points. This, because of the worms, I don't really find appealing. Some could go for it's though the range increases, but I would go for Hydra, because it gets bonus from Firebolt, and it's stationary. It just attacks and I'm in safe distance. But you really have to commit on it. Also, because the bonus is low, you could just put points in Hydra, don't invest here and go to cold spells and invest on certain cold skills like Glacial Spike, or you can go for Frozen Orb, Hydra, and because you got the Master to increase the damage, you don't care about the 3%. And Lightning Spell Thunderstorm. So you do all sources of damage, and you help the team a lot because some immunities don't go away if you deal damage with both sources, with all the sources, and it's really cool. So, and now about the attributes of the what the hell? Oh, I forgot to say the fucking. Oh, what you need to use items, low strength items, low dexterity. I would put some points in energy, though it's not really a necessity. If you go for classic, you need to put points in dexterity and don't convert characters. Start a new one. If you want to transfer items, then just make a new mule, transfer them, and that's it. So, and rest vitality. But you do need, in my point of view, you don't put all vitality except gear. You put some points in energy for sure, because the bonus you get from you can't just use potions all the time. But well, that depends. Also, you got the energy shield. You don't have to put all on vitality. Okay, that with the sorcerers. Let's save and exit. I'm going for the classics first. Okay, Hippolyta. Let's go to the lobby, create game.
Good day.
Okay, now the Amazon. Same thing with the Amazon. You can't use on every. Sorry, my bad. In Amazon, here is the thing. You do need passive and magic. You need to invest on these. Don't need to invest on these. Penetrate and critical. You don't need to. Maybe at one point in penetrate. The pierce you get it from items, but on the attack rating you need this, or maybe you don't, because if this works only if you hold on. So this requires it requires a pike, not a javelin, and I think this requires a pike also, but I don't know. I don't remember. Okay, this works if you go for the melee one. The attack rating. If you go for the magic, the lightings, then you don't need at all. But you do need to invest some points in 1 point definitely on all these, even Valkyrie. Invest some on dodge, avoid, and evade, depends on your playstyle. Like I said, this with items they get high. For example, you put one and you end up with 11 or 12, so it's alright. Now on javelins and crossbow, you have to swap items, and by that I don't mean in casting battle orders. You shouldn't go this direction, because like I said, it's a team game. A barbarian will have higher level battle orders, so you don't need to cast it yourself. That's why I prefer classic, because things got completely lost on Lord of Destruction. You just see everyone using everything. Now here's the thing. Of course you don't. If you go for arrows, you need multiple shot and strafe to slow the opponent. Now the thing is, I prefer strafe to multiple shot, because with one shot it hits a lot. This doesn't give much attack rating, but this does. But you don't need too many points. You need up to its maximum targets, I don't know, or up to 7 of them. You slow them from range with Gleklos gloves, some also other items like a helm that gives slow. So, and you use a cool bow like Buriza Dukianon, which has piercing attacks on its own, so the attacks pierce the opponent and hit those backwards of them. In general, they hit a lot of targets. So they all get slowed. This is just for slowing the entire map. Then you swap to javelins because you want to help your team. And with this, you have obviously all max these trees. Lightning Fury, the ranged ones. But in my point of view, you need to put some points on poison javelin and plague javelin because you want to do multiple sources damage, and you don't need to. You're gonna invest on these lighting things. Lightning strike, yeah, lightning strike. There it is. But since it gets only 1% plus, 140. Hold on, 140. I don't get it. Oh, this hits one target. This hits. Okay, as you see, the bonus you get from the rest is little, so you don't want to use this as damage dealings. More layer of effect. This gets a lot of damage. Okay. And this. So you wanna invest on this tree, it deals a lot of damage. So you do both lighting and plague damage. Like I said, you don't putting, for example, let me tell you some points. I don't know if this works on javelins. I think this demands spike, but maybe it works on javelins. If it does so, well, you have to go physical with this. So it's not the case. You put because these two synergize well, you can put some points here, definitely. You put some points here because it's synergize as well, and here just want to have it available, and it gets the bonuses from the rest. It won't give much bonuses, but it gets the bonuses, so just a few. So you deal both lightning and poison damage. And about the attributes, like I said, strength and dexterity, what you need to carry your items. Maybe dexterity, so you have maximum block chance also, apart from the dodge and avoid and fade. And on the Amazon, you don't wanna put points in energy. I would skip that. You just go with the potions. Okay, let's save and exit, and let's go to the next class, which is oh, it's the Druid. Whatever. So the Druid, it's pretty simple. If you're gonna go melee, you go shape-shifting, but you need items to make this work well. So until you find them, which is, like I said, is late game after you have made runs with the team. Early on you go some summoning. You do need some of these. You focus on one spirit, of course. You can't have them all. Definitely a few summoning. 1 point definitely on all, and on this also 1 point on all. You pick what you want to use. And elemental. Now, here's the thing with the Druid. You put points. What's the tornado? This is stun length, mana. Okay, this deals physical damage. Because it's physical damage, it doesn't say cold, fire, lightning, or magic, it's physical. So, one here, of course, it absorbs damage. Here again. This is a cold inferno, you need this. You need points on this, and hurricane, this is it. I would skip this, I don't care about the tornado or twister. Cyclone armor, no, just one. You need this, and this. Well, give bonuses to this. This is your dealing damage. Arctic Blast, a Cold Inferno, which also synergizes well with Hurricane. And you also want to put fire, so you deal both sources of damage, depends on what you want to use. About the items on the Elemental Druid until you find your melee, if you want to go melee. What you need to carry them, the basic. Now you put some points in energy because you're like a mage, like 50 on this, not 100, I guess 50 or 80. And the rest vitality. It's simple, like I said, it's a team game. Being selfish is stupid, guys, to put it correctly. Now, Barbarian, one of my favorite classes back in the day. Let's create a game.
Good day.
Now, on the Barbarian, things are different. Because, I mean, you deal damage with it, but you don't base your damage on this. You need to, you pick the weapon you wanna use. You max this, you have to max one weapon. One here, Iron Skin. One here, which increases the items, like I said. One here, alright. Now, War Cries. You do wanna max battle orders. You definitely do. 1 pointed battle command. It's 5 seconds duration, but it increases over time. With the items, like I said. And with the points here and here, Southern battle orders. So it's gonna get duration, don't worry about it. Now, South. You wanna put some points here because it decreases the defenses, is always good. Maybe 1 point, I don't know, at first 1 point, later you increase. You don't wanna put points here unless you're gonna go magic find potion and find item. So you get a lot of magic find to pull daggers, etc. Now, hold. Taunt. You need a few points here. You do need. Battle Cry, enemy defense, enemy damage. You need a few points here. What's that? This reduces attack rating, this reduces... I think you can have both applied. You can also use this to make damage, but just 1 point, I guess. It's stunning them. It's about stunning them. Now, your combat skills now. You don't care about Whirlwind, but it's about to get out of harm's way if mobs have circled you. So you don't care about it. The damage dealing skill is Concentrate, which is an uninterruptible attack and improves attack rating and deals damage. Battle orders gates damage, that's great. But you don't wanna max this, guys, yeah. Stun. Okay, this is a stun attack. It gets... Oh, it's a trade. Sorry. Now, you wanna put some points in Frenzy, because, like I said, weapon swapping here, you're gonna be using the weapon you pick to master, both dual handing and single handing with a shield. With dual handing, you're gonna go with the Frenzy. Okay, this gets the damage from Bass. And to increase your movement speed and attack speed, which implements on Concentrate, and you just deal damage. You get the bonus from battle orders, you don't need to invest on Berserk, but you do need 1 point for it for sure. Oh my god, that's a bit far away. And now he gets bonus from Howling South, the Berserk. Now, you do need 1 to leap attack to leap match distance. Now, this is a stun. I see players using it, okay, I get it. They just stun the mobs. But, I'm thinking, let's see. Oh, the Wizard Spike. Yeah, that's a good weapon for caster. It's the upgrade version of Spectral Sword in Classic, that's what I said. That, that you just you wanna play classic. It's more fun than having all these things. And this is the piercing attack. Yes, that's the piercing attack belt you need for the Amazon. But like I said, classic has is okay. It's well made. Doesn't have all this crazy stuff. Now, if you wanna use stun, you can go for stun, but like I said, concentrate the damage. This is to get out of harm's way the Whirlwind. This gives also defense, so it's very safe. That's with the Barbarian. The stats, you don't want to put any energy points. Dexterity, strength and vitality. I'll go for max block dexterity. That's what you do in the melee fighting classes. Okay, Achilles. Let's create a game. My Paladin. Who is level 1? I haven't played much with Pal because I don't
Good day.
care about going. Now, here's the thing with the Paladin. Let's pick the auras first. You do want to put some, not 20, as I did with the Necromancer. Some points here because it's gonna be your main using aura. And so when cast in combination with lower resistances, you just remove all the immunities. That's what Paladin and Necro should do in a single yes, correct. That's what you need to do. Now, apart that, if you want to specialize for hammer, for example, okay, you're gonna go with vigor and blessed aim and concentrate, but until then, let's talk the normal, not the typical, the team Paladin, which is for fun, not super late specialization. Now, one here. This would help with the minions, in combination with the Iron Maiden also. The mobs, hostile mobs would get killed by their own attacks in 2 or 3 shots, so it works. You need to put some points here as well. Now, on Sanctuary. This is only to damage the undead. No, I don't think it damages the undead. It deals more damage to the undead, I guess, and magic damage by default to all. I think it's, but maybe it's just damage the undead. It doesn't. It increases the damage dealt to undead, and it damages the undead and knocks them back. You need some points here, but not necessarily. Definitely because you're gonna get from items. This. Just one, not really, until you get this. I don't know about Holy Shock. Maybe because you do want to put some points, I'll talk later in Feast of the Heavens, as a team Pali, so you here. Now on these auras, some points would help, but like I said, this is the primary for team play. This is for more going solo, as you see. Same for this is for Hammer Paladin. Same for this. Now, defensive auras. Sometimes you're gonna use defensive auras. You wanna resist all more than all this, the first level, but I think this gain more per level. Now, 1 point on redemption for sure, so you get healed back, but taking out the souls. Meditation, no, not really. Because you get it from mercenaries, but if you go classic, you do want to use this because when you're not in combat, you use this to increase the mana recovery of your teammates. Now this is 1 level, it gets more with the items. This is 1 level. one on each. So you get here, and this you use this when you are fighting tough opponents later on. The offensive, as I said, this is your main goal, but you use everything except these three if you don't wanna go. If you wanna go only physical, but this is for solo play. Now the combat skills, guys. Here's the thing: many people get it wrong. Here's the thing with the combat skills. You don't have to max to go specialized early on. Okay. Now, you wanna use Fist of Heavens because it heals allies, it deals damage to the certain target, and rest hostiles, nearby enemies. Okay, a few points here because of that. Not really. This is what you need. Now, also you're gonna use this because the zeal until you get the 5 hits. After that, with the lower resistance, you decrease the mob's defense, so you get to hit them. Now, you do want this also some points. Because, hold on. This 70% you need a high damage weapon to use this. So, conversion. This is what you need. You need some points here to have mobs fight for you before the Necro resurrects them. You need some points here, Holy Shield. 1 point here, really, for team play. 1 point here. You do need this. For you don't care about its bonuses, but you also could use this the Holy Ball for damage. So it's like a team. Now, if you wanna go melee, of course, you're gonna max give some points to Zeal. Max this because it gives bonus damage per level of sacrifice. It doesn't increase the Zeal damage, it increases because this doesn't give extra damage. So you just max this because this is damage. Look at this, it's just single hit killer. And Vengeance, which combines well with Conviction. But you're gonna switch swapping average like that, Fanaticism or Concentration and Conviction. You're gonna be swapping them, so you do both. This is the Paladin. Now on attributes, you need Dexterity, so you get max block with Blessed Shield, Strength to carry the items. Don't put any points in energy, you don't need it, and all the rest, Vitality. And now the Assassin, the character I haven't played much. Let's go again. Yeah, well, this idiotic trade. You know, these guys trade for items they obtain from runs, stealing them. Others deal the damage, and you know, this guy just comes, steal the item, and quits. So this is, I don't think they're gonna fight players to trade it, or because the noobs they are talking to, the good players, we get to find them with our team play because we are cool guys and we cooperate well. The noobs will not have what they ask for, so they won't fight. They won't be able to sell them, just wasting their time. So now the Assassin. These are like solo custom on yourself. You get the idea. You do want 1 point on these just to have them. Now the traps. You're gonna go with Death Sentry, so you get the job of Necromancer easier if you're going to be using Corpse Explosion. You have the Death Sentry. And you're gonna go with Wake of Inferno This is physical. Oh, it's lighting. Alright. This is fire. Okay, Wake of Inferno. And also lighting damage, as you see, as well as lighting sentry maybe. So you need both lighting and fire damage until you get the items. To do this, you just need items. Of course, you will be using this for mobility around the map, but you get the idea what I mean. Also, again, you don't need to max out certain skills until you get the Goblin Toe, one of the best boots in the game for classic. Nice boots. Yeah, I don't like Lord of Destruction, guys. Too much items for noobs. But they got the classes. If these classes become available in Classic, let's say there is a patch that makes them available, you don't have to play Lord of Destruction anymore, then the Lord of Destruction will be super cool. I mean, everyone will be playing, but they can't because the specialized items don't exist there. Now the Shadow Disciples. You need Mind Blast at some points. This is useful. Psychic Hammer. Well, you don't need the weapon block. For sure, you need the Shadow Warrior, which casts more traps, and Shadow Master. Now the thing is, I don't know if you can have both of them at the same time. Because if you can, sure, go for it. But I don't know, I haven't played much Assassin. This, like I said, you need 1 point at least on this, because you just do damage with poison, no matter the damage of your weapons. Fade, of course. But you get it with Natalia's set, so you don't need increase. Oh yeah, this 1 point for sure, you just run faster. And this is for melee damage if you have them. And the stats, guys, like I said, what you need to use your items. On the first go when you will be casting traps, maybe you need some points in energy, but I don't think you really do. Vitality, the rest. It's typical. That's why I prefer Wulsen, of course. Wulsen is much more advanced game. It's because this game here, Diablo, is 20 years old. For being 20 years old in a game and being so good, well, you gotta congratulate Blizzard. No, that's why I didn't want to buy it. Wulsen, by the way, gets a new patch, so it gets improved all the time. Go for Wulsen, guys, you're gonna love it. Now let's create another character. I'm gonna go for a Paladin here, because I already have a Necromancer. I'm gonna make him classic. It's unavailable. Or a sorcerer. I'm gonna go for a classic Paladin. Okay, let's name him. How should I name him? I'll give him my name on this. Okay, Holy Saint Knight. Let's create him. Let's go to the lobbies. Okay, this is the problem. There's no one playing classic. Yeah, no one. That's the problem, guys. That's sad. Back in the day, there are players who play classic. Hold on, if I change the difficulty, I can't. But there is no one playing classic now. On the legacy games, they play classic still, because it's much, well, how can I say it? it's more organized. It's not completely with items that just make the game elusive. But the problem is, people see it, but they all play the expansion because they said, okay, that's the expansion, we gotta go for the expansion. That's the problem, guys. They don't play classic anymore, and classic is far better. I mean, it's much cooler game than you don't get lost with all the items you can find. It's kinda complete, let me put it this way. The other is too greedy. The expansion is Lord of Destruction is very greedy. Yeah, this is it. One guy making a Diablo run. Okay, let me join. Yeah, that's the problem. It's some guys making Diablo runs. Everybody knows, every pro player in Diablo 2 knows that Lord of Destruction is for noobs. You know, just say, oh, we made this cool rune world, like we can teleport now. That's not the game, guys. Okay, it's not the game. We are teleporting Whirlwind Assassin, for example.
Good day.
Like I said, Whirlwind isn't a damaging skill. It's a skill to get out of trouble. It's just Lord of Destruction ruined the game. They thought they were doing good, and some things that are cool, like the rune words, but you get the idea. You just get overloaded with stuff. Yeah, that's Don't give me items, man. Thanks.
Good day.
More XP. Yeah, guys, you see, I just logged in so he gets more experience as he does the run. I'm just gonna wait. What's his level? 27. Okay. 27. You know, if you get tons of items, you end up with some items being useless, and it doesn't make. People used to play Diablo 2 Classic, and we all loved it because it's the rare item that you're gonna find that it's thrilling. For example, one time I found a +1 to Paladin skills, 90 lighting resistance, 60 all the rest resistances, cold, fire, and poison. I think it was giving more +2 life, I don't remember. Faster cast rate 10% or 20%, I don't remember. It was a very cool item I found from killing Diablo with more than 300 MF. I don't remember what I had. I had all Vilabrega's shield, Vilabrega's amulet, I had Ghoul dagger, I had all. So yeah, that was the cool thing about Diablo. And the unique items were useful because you just simply let's remove a little bit so I can't hear him saying good day all that. Because you use the crushing blow uniques of normal and open wounds, and you dealt tons of damage. You didn't need the super duper rare high damage item, but when you found one, it was very useful because you get to use, for example, the conviction. Let's see the conviction. As Paladin, I'm talking about the skill with the high item, as well as dealing the crushing blow from other items, rattle cage and goblin toy, then you wouldn't need the mace with crushing blow. So that was the case back in the day. It was a very fun game to play with cool combinations of items to use. This got lost with a lot of distraction because you just started to find, or you could also deal a lot of damage by using combinations of set items like Gleclos sword and gloves, where you would Gleclos sword would get much increased damage based on character level, so it would match the damage of rare high tier items, but that was the thing. The thing is, it was a cool find, and you get to enjoy what items you would find in the run. It was just fun. Now here, to play a Lord, and the resistances would go minus 20% or minus 10%, minus 20%, I don't remember, or 10% in, or 30%, and I think it was minus 20%, and then on Hell it was minus 50% or minus 30%. It was normal values, it wasn't the crazy values, around 100%. And then you just need to find the super duper item to have some resistances to play, because as you see my character, let me show you my Necromancer that is on here. As you saw, I had high resistances. Let's what's that? What's difficult is this? Let's go on Nightmare. I'll just end the game. Join a game. I'm not gonna go there. As you see, my resistances are decent here, but the penalty here is minus 40%. Alright. I think it was minus 30 maximum and minus 20. Look, and when I go to Hell, let me go to Hell. Just pick a game. Something. Let's go this. Look what happens to my resistances. The resistances go minus 100%, which is crazy. You need to shoot the super items to get it. So I'm bored. I'm just. These are positive. These are a little bit negative. Negative and negative. So these are. It's crazy values, guys. It's crazy values. You just don't. You don't get to play for fun. I mean, in order to play for fun here, you're not having fun. You need these items or you are done for. You're not having fun in this completely over... how can I say it? Overvalue situation. Over the limit situation. I mean, this is crazy. And I offer chance, guys. This is crazy. Okay, guys, thanks all for watching. It's the end of this stream. Be well, have fun, and see you in the next cast.